Hi everyone, and welcome to A Chat with Matt. I'm June Brockmeyer here with Matt Peterson. And of course, we wanted to talk to you about an important topic today, that is billing and collections. Yes, we all want to get paid as small business owners, and we know that sometimes people struggle. People can't get their payment in on time, or maybe they're just too busy and they don't remember when their payment is due. So we've talked to you about following up and making sure that you remind them of a payment, but what happens here when it comes to a situation that can become really frustrating? It's very frustrating.
It's frustrating for a lot of reasons. For one, you don't have the money.
Right.
Two, you feel like your options are limited as a business owner. If I'm trying to collect from somebody that owes me money, I either have to be on the phone constantly and taking up a lot of my time or some of my staff's time, or I hire it out to a collections agency who doesn't have my voice and can be annoying, and then I ruin my brand. So there's really not a good alternative if you don't use automation. But we can automate a billing and collections sequence so that all that kind of happens behind the scene and we get to retain our voice. So here's how it happens. Let's say somebody is late on their payment. We have a sequence already in place that will send them an email with my voice, something that I've written, saying, hey, here's a reminder, you're late on your payment, we know things come up, but please submit that ASAP because we really need to get paid.
Right.
And then a couple days later, or maybe a week later, if they still haven't paid, because we'll know that in the automation sequence, there's another email that goes out. Maybe there's a voice broadcast that we can send out. There's a lot of different things we could do. We could send a letter out to them saying, hey, we really want you to pay this. We value our relationship with you. Would you please send in your payment? That way it stays in our voice, but I haven't done a thing. Other than set up the initial sequence, I haven't done anything. All that's running behind the scenes. Now, if it gets to a certain point, then I do have to get involved. So I'll get a notification. Then I can make a phone call, or I can hire someone to take care of it for me. But we do a lot of the bulk of the work behind the scenes, so I'm not really having to do anything during that time.
And it's all automated, so like you said, you don't have to stress out about all the other things that are going on in your business, plus people that may not have paid you yet. And the important thing that I like about what we're talking about today is the voice. You mentioned that. We are always talking about how to make your emails personal and how to be nice, and customer service is great, and people want to know that they can trust you and you care about them. So yeah, collections agencies sometimes tend to be a little more rigid, and even, on the phone, they just ask you to pay. So I think that's great. That's a key thing, to make sure that you have it in your voice. And then once it escalates, at that point, it's out of your hands. It's okay to let them take over because they know how to collect the money.
Yeah, and research has shown they're more likely to pay if it's in my voice. If I'm, as the business owner, and sending them an email that they think is a personal email saying, hey, I really do need this payment so that we can, pay our employees or whatever else we want to put in that email, they're more likely to pay it because they're going to have that personal relationship with us. We talk all the time about having a one-on-one relationship. The collections agency doesn't do that, and they don't care about the collections agency, but hopefully they care about us because we built that brand up.
Yeah, I agree. And then the one last question that I wanted to ask you is, how often or how soon should we wait until we send those collections typed messages, Matt?
That's a great question, and it's probably different for every business. For example, I used to run a freelance copywriting business, so that's kind of B2B, and I know that things come up with small business owners. They have different things, and they probably just forgot about the payment. So usually if the payment was late, I would wait 2 days, and I have an automated email that would go out and say, hey, this is Matt, just a reminder, that bill was due on Monday. I know things come up. Don't worry about it. If you could just send it in, that'd be great. Then I'd wait about a week, week and a half, maybe up to 2 weeks, and then another email would go out saying, hey, you really are late on this payment now. Let's see if we can work something out. Give me a call at your earliest convenience. But all that could run behind the scenes so that I wouldn't have to touch it until it got to maybe a month, month and a half. Then we have to really get the dirty work done. But up until that point, it just kind of ran behind the scenes, and most of the time they would just pay it automatically.
I think that's a great idea. I think it's great. I think you can do it, and I think you should. And let us know how it's been going for you with these tips that we're giving you. A Chat with Matt is here to listen, so leave us your comments. If you want more information, go to bigideasblog.infusionsoft.com. We have great tips on there for you. And always follow us on Twitter at
MattNAZ.
I always throw him off. It's okay. And at Big Ideas Blog, because we want to hear from you. So we will see you next week.
See you guys.
All right, bye.